Everyone's still celebrating the return of regular season football, and we're away in week 2. Darius Davis to return it. This makes it up to the 25. So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. They're led out by the 6th-year pro out of Oregon. Productive his entire career so far. You and I are both big fans of this guy, Justin Herbert.
Just ho-hum, more of the same production from Herbert in year 5. In fact, it was the cleanest football of his career, Kate. 23 touchdowns, just 3 interceptions. But he's got to check that box of playoff wins. And that's not easy to do in this AFC.
And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. A pickup of 17. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
Kind of seems to me like somebody was just kind of waiting for prime time. Brought his best out with the very first carry and's got us off and running.
First down, and they go right back to it. And this play's nearly going to reach that 25-yard line. Defender there to take him out just short of it. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Going to the ground again on first. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
To the air this time, Herbert. Short pass brought in. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. 3rd and 4 coming up now. They've got a man in motion. Herbert now to throw on 3rd. He finds Njoku, complete. Touchdown, LA. The Chargers take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. David Njoku, the touchdown. Dicker's extra point is up and good. And the Chargers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now following the play, we see the medical staff hurrying out for an injured Raider. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Dylan Laube on the return. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. So out head the Raiders for their first possession. And it'll be their rookie QB who brings them out.
It's always fun, puts a smile on my face when I see a rookie leading an offense out. A lot of them look like 10-year vets with confidence and poise in the middle of that huddle, in the middle of their teammates. But let's watch his first couple throws. That's where sometimes you can see some of those nerves slipping through.
And the first carry here for Ashton Jeanty. Robbed by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
2nd and 10. Here he is to throw. It is caught left side. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down.
Hey, I know it's tough to evaluate when you're playing at game speed, when there's chaos all around you. But if he looked around, I'm not sure that's a throw he would make again. Even one of the biggest targets, big old tight end, couldn't fight back to the line of scrimmage.
That's to the rookie out of TCU. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Now the Raiders readying for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. Ooh, baby, there's way too much behind that kick, and he knew it. That's all the way over the end zone for a touchback. So the LA offense getting out there for their second drive. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Up a touchdown early, and with the home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet them. Right? Turn them against their own team. They were quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, they're going to start to murmur, and we might even hear a few boo birds.
They'll try again from the 20 after the incompletion. It's Hampton on second. Looks like he gained about 3 yards. It's also going to bring up 3rd down.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on third down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
On third down, Herbert. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
Kate, I think that was the type of play we expected out of this defense to start the game. Can't undo that opening drive touchdown they gave up, but that can sure help to get yourself off the field with that third down stop.
And it ends up a good return for them, up past their own 40. Well, we're going to pause here, and for good reason. One of the Raiders was injured on that play and is being tended to. To the air now on 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And a great play is brought to an end as this one reaches the 35-yard line. They manage 22 on the rip and a first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
They give up the guts. It's Genty. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Completed over the middle. And this one doesn't go far.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
Throwing on third down. And the Chargers get home, and they drop him. And this defense makes the stop in a big way to bring up fourth down. Matt Gay on to line up this field goal. This a 54-yarder. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. On return, here comes Davis. Escapes a defender. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Chargers offense getting set to take over. And this is an interesting game for both they and their rivals across from them, Brock, getting a key division matchup so early in this season. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. They go play action. Here's Herbert. Absolutely fires this one right side. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers get 6 more on their early advantage. Dicker tacks on the extra point. And the Chargers drive their lead to 11. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Returning it from the 4. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. First down, play action. That's complete to the back, Ashton Genty. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
At the 31-yard line.
Running from the pistol here with Genty. And they find them after just a yard, and it's 3rd down.
Sometimes just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play. It just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer. Find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Here he is on 3rd and short. Finds him over the middle. We got the football, Brock, but not the first. That stop just shy of the marker. 4th down.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
that's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. The scoreboard reads 14-3. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. Time now for the second quarter. Raiders in possession. And they've left their offense out there. They're going for this on fourth down. This is Genty. The defense seizing the opportunity. Great stop. They've got a turnover on downs, and they get their guys the ball in plus territory.
You know, Kate, it's almost like the defense was in the offensive huddle before the play. They dialed up the perfect blitz to encircle and cut off that run, and the reward is they get off the field.
Shotgun give to Hampton. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Herbert going to tuck and run. Decided to keep it, but couldn't escape the pressure there. They catch it behind the line.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to get this down to the 9. That puts him in goal to go. 4 downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal. They'll run with Hampton. And he runs this one in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers make it a 3-possession game. Dicker's extra point is up and good. And the Chargers push their lead to 18. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Laube with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Out comes Las Vegas on offense. They aren't even quite sure what this team is going to settle in as this season, Brock, but already this is an important contest for them that could have postseason implications down the line. They'll cobble together a yard there. Stopped by Deion Henley.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Kid, I'm just kind of laughing because I could feel the armchair quarterbacks going, I can make that throw. And anybody who's actually made those throws says you have no idea what it feels like with everybody breathing down your neck. That play's got to be right, timed up right, and it certainly wasn't. That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
When he can't evade the coverage team for much, they stop him before he gets really anything on that return. Jim Harbaugh getting his Charger offense out there for another drive. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, I'd expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much, those back-and-forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay one play ahead of their defensive foes.
Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. To throw, Herbert. Connects on the crosser. He's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Out of the gun, here's Hampton. He is stumped with authority there, but that stump came later than they'd like as he gets a good bit and that 1st down. Markers are reset. Here we go, ball at the 44. Play action now for Herbert. And that one's complete. Amari on Hampton. And this makes it to around the 43-yard line. Brought down by Quay Walker. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. On the play fake, it's Herbert. On target here to Njoku. To the house, touchdown Chargers can make it a 4-score game as they lead by 24. David Njoku, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. That one splits the uprights. And the Chargers grow their lead yet again. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Fielded at the 7. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Now the Raider offense headed back to the field. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. First play is going to be a give to Genty. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He can run it.
You know, that may have been a situation when you look back on it and he watches the tape the next day. He's got to find a way to throw the ball because his running ability, while it gets him some yards, is not enough to get the first down.
3rd down, Chargers have 6 DBs out there. And off to Genty. And the run will not work. He is soft at the line. This is going to be 4th and short. A.J. Cole on the punt. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. The Chargers and Omarion Hampton out there on offense once again. There has been nothing that can stop them, so we got to assume this drive, Brock, likely going to end in a touchdown as well. Here's Hampton to open the drive. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Now we see he's in some pain after making that tackle. Team personnel out now to take a look at him. Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. He's got it over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 27.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. That one's good to McConkey. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field. There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Herbert throwing again. Connecting on the slant. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Raiders' side of the field. 3rd and just 2 to go. Now an inside give to Hampton. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
So 1st down from the 41. Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that 1st down play. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. So 1st down from the 41. Back to Hampton. Still has some space inside the 35. And he's going to have the Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Dicker on now for the PAT. Coming in from the right, and they blocked it! They blocked it! And they'll snuff out that return before it gets too far, so just a block extra points on the play. Well, good news here. This is one kick that can't be blocked as he sends this away. Here's a return from the 7. Good work so far. He's got room. He's going to reach that 34-yard line before he stops. The Raiders headed out on offense. Little time remaining in the half. And we'll see if they try to establish some positive momentum here, or if they just choose to head off and lick those wounds. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he stopped after ripping off an 8-yard chunk. It's second down.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that run. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
And he's tackled with a first down yardage. So we've reached halftime, Brock, in a lopsided contest. Not everyone's a fan of the out-of-town scoreboard. We'll keep our focus right here. Let's get back to football with the start of the second half. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Laube with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Vegas offense ready to start this third quarter. This has become must-score territory now every time out as they trail by a full 4 possessions in this second half. They go play action on first down. Complete out to the right side. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Kid, I can promise you that's one of those play-action plays they've repped over the week. They're in practice. They're both quarterback and tight end. Went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, I hope you have just a little space to operate. That play-action works beautifully. And the tight end, the beneficiary.
This is Genty on second. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion would have.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Back to Genty. And he's going to have this up and across midfield, partner to the 48. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Having been in enough locker rooms at halftime, Kate, I know what the messaging was in there. Start the game out by sending a message. Doesn't matter you're trailing, run right at them and go make a point.
Throwing now on first down. Caught quickly on the slant. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. And it's a gain of 12 on that one. And the Raiders are going to have a first down.
Raiders first down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
He's dropping back to throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
As a quarterback, you love when that screen pass is called. At least I used to. And you want to attract that defense and all those guys coming after you. But you also got to find a throwing lane, and he couldn't do it on that one.
Again to throw on second. Brought in by his back here. It's Genty. And he's going to work this down to the 32. Cam Hart's up for the tackle that time. 7th play of the drive. They've been moving it well. This is 3rd and 6. He has the first over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. They gain 11 on that play. And that's a Vegas first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Now they're going to throw out of the gun. He'll try and run this.
Kid, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But Annette's the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
Second down, looking for options. Oh, he's got it. It's in close. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into first and goal.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Cowboy 80.
Genty. Can't bypass that line. They stop him at the 3.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
He gets it again. And he's stonewalled by this front right at the 3. Defense making a couple of good stops here. And this brings up 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. Blitz is there, and he goes down. And the defense are down away from completing this stand. It's 4th and goal. Game's kick is good. And that's not going to do a ton against what is now a 28-point gap. They're in full comeback mode already here in the 3rd. An onside kick coming up. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts, as that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. On the return, here comes Davis. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Chargers and Omarion Hampton out there on offense once again. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has it with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. LA bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Herbert now off the play fake. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
Oh, that's a major missed opportunity right there. Coverage can breathe a little sigh of relief. They dodged a bullet. Time to adjust and get some extra help on the back end to take away those open shots downfield.
Still 10 to go. 2nd down now from the 23. Running it with Hampton. Good running there to get around 6, but now they've got 3rd down.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down.
Well, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. And the Raiders will take over as he records his first interception of our season. First look, a little pistol formation as they come to the line. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They give left side to Genty. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal. 1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
At the 10-yard line.
Back to throw. Brought in. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5.
Here we go.
They'll throw it. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. This one misses the tight end. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. Game's kick is good. And that lowers the gap to 25 points.
He's happy to bring them 3 points closer. But I'm sure he sees the situation of the game. He knows 3 isn't going to cut it to end these drives. They need to find the end zone.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. On return, here comes Davis. he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Jim Harbaugh getting his Charger offense out there for another drive. And this group feeling a little urgency to make the most of this one, Brock, after they threw that interception the last time out.
Yeah, we know there's no more predictive stat in the NFL than giving the ball away. We walk that fine line as a quarterback. You can't play timid and scared to make a mistake, but you know you can't put the ball again in the other team's hands.
1st and 10, Herbert. Hauled in by Njoku, left side. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. And what a jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line.
17 yards.
Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. All right, we reach the final quarter of Monday Night Primetime. The Chargers have possession and a massive lead. This one looking like it could be over. So fresh set of downs now from the 39. Hampton trying the left side. And he spins right by him. And this will be stopped after a nice 6-yard pickup there on 1st down.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Herbert from the gun. Shoots away from one. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
A 5-yard gain on the play.
Draw play here, Hampton. And they were waiting for him on that draw, weren't they? They get him behind the line. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12. At the 20.
Herbert now. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Hampton now up the middle. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
Herbert. This one's caught. And it's another 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
Let's go.
Hampton gets the handoff. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Now after battling on that run, we see one of their linemen appears to be injured and in need of some attention. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Again, it's Hampton. And he does not get in. They stop him at the 1. Can't manage positive yardage there, and it leaves them with 3rd and goal. Again, it's Hampton. Now following the play, we see the medical staff hurrying out for an injured Raider. And they're really trying to pile it on here. The offense staying out there on 4th and goal. Oh, fullback's got it. Look at the power. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Chargers continue piling it on here in the 4th. Dicker tacks on the extra points. And the Chargers continue piling on to this lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. I'll be with the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Time for the Raiders offense to hit the field. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. First down, play action. Jump off, caught by his back. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
Ooh, he knew he was going to pay for throwing that. I knew it from up here in the booth watching that happen. But that's an experienced quarterback. If that first primary target isn't there, make sure you find your safety valve. And that got them some yards, so taking that shot, well, it was not for nothing.
Dumps it off to his running back. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They get 19 on that pickup. And the Raiders are going to have a first down.
At the 47-yard line.
Back to throw. That's complete to the sideline. Not a ton of room, but he does get the feet down. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
It's second and 8 at the 46-yard line.
Rolling from the gun here. Finds him on the slant. And this is going to get him right up near that first down. But he's marked short after a gain of 7. Third down.
Brings up third and 1.
Genty from the gun. They sent him right up the gut, but he wasn't able to get anywhere. The defense braced for impact, and they made the stop. It's fourth down.
No gain on the play. It's fourth down.
Pete Carroll believing in his guys. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. This is Genty. Makes the tackle. That'll be the first and more. Still fighting forward. And it won't matter in the end, but nevertheless, he's in for the late touchdown. The Raiders putting up points in a game decided. Matt Gay on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders will trail by 25.
Raiders 16.
Well, don't look up at the clock, everybody. That is certainly not their friend as they get set to try an onside kick. And no problem for the Chargers. They cover it up. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point of the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
And they're going to be set up at the 11 after that play. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
Chargers first down. First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Man in motion out of the slot. Going to the ground again on first. Nice little run there. Gets him 5. Second down upcoming.
This is a guy who, man, when he is in a group, when he is feeling it, you're just not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. You better buckle up. You need a textbook tackle on this guy. Wrap, grab some cloth, and drive him to the ground with all you got.
Pass it down close. That is an LA touchdown. The Chargers keep running away with this. David Njoku, the touchdown. His third through the air this game. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Dicker's extra point is up and good. And the Chargers tack on 7 more to their lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. They stop him right as he gets up past the 15. The Raiders have their offense back out there. And they can really do what they want with these last couple of snaps afforded to them because the outcome already decided. First play is going to be a give to Jency. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 18-yard line.
So the Chargers take this